Hello everyone, my name is Matt and thank you so much for coming to this pick a card reading. This tarot reading is going to tell you what do you need to hear right now. What is the message that the universe wants to send your way at the moment that you are watching this video? So to help you figure it out, I have 4 different piles here. Pile number 1 with Mugwort, pile number 2 with Rose Petals, pile number 3 with Cinnamon, and pile number 4 with Lavender. So feel free to pause the video if you'd like to figure out which pile resonates the most with you, and then I'm going to have timestamps in the description as well as in the comment section down below so that you can skip ahead to your personal reading. But just know that as a disclaimer, any advice that I potentially may give does not take the advice of a medical or legal professional, and also you are not forever fated by this. If you see or hear something that you don't like, you absolutely have the free will to change it. So without further ado, I'm going to leave these cards here for you to meditate on them and select, and then once you have made your decision, you can feel free to go on over to the description or comment section to skip ahead to your personal reading. Thank you so much, and I hope that this message resonates with you. At this time, I'm going to start the reading, so if you have not yet made your decision, feel free to pause the video, and then once you have made your decision, you may choose from one of the timestamps below. Thank you. Alrighty, pile number 1. If you picked the Mugwort pile, then this is the message that you need to hear right now. Thank you so much for joining me. Right off the bat here with this Page of Pentacles, I'm getting the sense that you have been nurturing a skill for some time, or you are in school, or you've been working towards some sort of long-term commitment, and you're not immediately seeing the results that you want manifest. You're not seeing your material reality changing. And I think that, honestly, the message that you need to hear right now is that you need to either have patience or that you need to rest, take a break. I think that you might be experiencing a lot of burnout right now because you have been working towards this thing for a long time, and you have the dedication, you have the passion. It's something that you hold very near and dear to your heart, but you're not very happy with the progress that you're seeing. You feel like you're still behind while everyone else is getting ahead of you. You feel like you're still young, you're still learning, and the truth is you are still learning, but you are going to see the results that you want manifest. There is going to be a reckoning of some sort where there is some sort of person in your life that is able to lift you up, or you have some sort of inner realization that maybe comes with this patience and this time that you're taking. I think that honestly you might benefit a lot from meditation or from sleeping or just getting better rest in general with this 4 of Swords right here. I think that now is the time for you to just take a deep breath, realize that nothing that is ever meant for you is ever going to pass you by. And with this 9 of Cups over here, of course your wish is going to be granted. Whatever it is that you're working towards, you are going to be seeing fulfillment in that wish. With this 9 of Cups here, that's just a confirmation from the universe that yes, like your wishes are coming true, especially with this Wheel of Fortune here too. I see the Wheel of Fortune beginning to spin in your favor, but the only way that you're going to see that happen is if you just have patience, kind of loosen your grip a little bit on the situation, because when you are constantly looking for something, looking for results, all you're really seeing is lack. You're seeing what you don't have. But if you begin to redirect your attention towards something else, or direct that attention inward and taking care of yourself, that's when you'll begin to see your wishes fulfilled. That's when you're gonna begin to see, the Wheel of Fortune beginning to turn in your favor. Because when you have a specific vision, yes, it's important to hold it, but you're not going to benefit at all from just getting tunnel vision and focusing so hard on this one thing, because then all of the other parts of your life just begin to have less of a focus, and then suddenly you get even more upset because you feel like you're not seeing anything in your life going right. So I think that the biggest message that you need to hear right now is that with patience, with time, with rest, with meditation, suddenly everything is going to shift. I think that you need to take a little step away from where you've been directing your focus, specifically with regards to money, your job, skills or talents you've been working on, things like that. Once you begin to redirect your attention inward and taking care of yourself and realizing that it's okay, I have time, everything will be okay, that's when you're going to start to see some good luck coming in for you. All right, let's see what 2 cards we have coming up next. Sorry, you're probably seeing the top of my head right now. Hi, I am here. You're above me watching. All right, what are the cards that pile number 1 needs to see right now? Helios, Illumination. All right, I already getting a clear message with that. You can tell I'm a Sagittarius Mercury because sometimes I'll be saying shit and the words are not even completely coherent. Not that Sag Mercuries aren't coherent, but like we definitely speak before we have thought fully about what it is that we're trying to say. All right, pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Pile number 1, Mugwort pile. What does pile number 1 need to hear in this card? Helen of Troy, beauty. Okay. So with Helios Illumination right here, I'm thinking that honestly has a lot to do with this Judgment card. I think that with rest and with time, you're all of a sudden going to get new sparks, new ideas, new illuminations in your life that are going to help propel you forward, help bring in this reckoning that is going to kind of shift and change things and make your wishes come true and turn the wheel of fortune in your favor. I think that you're all of a sudden going to you're going to start feeling a lot lighter again. You're going to notice that like you're just kind of like radiating. You're radiating ideas, you're radiating confidence, you're radiating beauty even, because you're beginning to let go of focusing so hard on whatever it is that you're trying to create that it's just coming to you naturally. And so you're going to begin to just start glowing from that. And you're going to start to receive a lot of rewards from that, I can see, because not only are your wishes being fulfilled, but a lot of people have their eyes on you. I'm seeing that a lot of people are going to be recognizing you for the success that you're creating. And you're also just going to be like really feeling yourself. You're going to be feeling more confident than ever, and you're going to be a lot happier after you have taken some time to really work on your inner world and be less focused on maybe your material reality and what it is that you're trying to build. And when you have that patience and when you give yourself that time, that's when it's going to come in. Because with this Eos here, Eos New Beginnings at the bottom of the deck, I see these cards as being very similar. They're also both very golden in color, which is cool. I think that you are going to be starting to feel a lot more joyous in general, and there are going to be new opportunities, new beginnings happening for you that are very beneficial and good for you. Pile number 1, Mugwort pile. What do they need to hear right now? Okay, this one, Ghost. Okay. Pile number 1, Mugwort pile. Pile number 1, Mugwort pile. What do they need to hear right now? What is the message that pile number 1 needs to hear right now from the universe? News. Okay. Yikes. Mugwort. Tree. Okay. Yeah, okay, so with Ghost right here, I think that maybe there's some memories that are haunting you that are kind of making you feel like you're not at the place where you want to be. Like immediately the image in my mind that I'm getting is that maybe you were like a gifted child that, you know, received all this praise and success and you were awarded trophies and things like that. And because that's not flowing to you as naturally as you are experiencing now, you're kind of being haunted by that because you're like, oh no, I've lost my shine, I've lost my skills, everything I'm working towards isn't really working out for me. Because with this Page of Pentacles card here, I have this feeling that like you are still young, you are still learning, and that's okay. Like you still have all the time in the world to figure out whatever it is that you're trying to work towards, but you're self-sabotaging yourself by not giving yourself rest. I honestly think that you really are experiencing a lot of burnout because you are working too hard, and when you work too hard and you burn yourself out, you're just standing in your own way. When you burn yourself out, you're not really being productive at all because then you can't even put your energy into it all of the way because you're just giving it all the energy that you can give, and that energy is not very much if you haven't given yourself enough of your own energy. With this eye here, I think that, again, like I was saying earlier, meditation, looking inward, is going to give you a lot of clarity. It's going to give you a lot of new ideas about how to approach this situation. Maybe you're going to have like a clearer vision about where it is that you're going, what it is that you're doing. And because of that, everything is going to be beginning to make a lot more sense to you. And I think that you're just going to feel a lot more connected to yourself, and maybe even a little bit more connected to your roots. Maybe through meditation and through sleep and through silence, you're going to feel more connected to what it is that you want. You're going to be growing a lot. You're going to be experiencing overall like a glow up, probably physical too, with this beauty card coming up here, with this tree, with this pentacles card. I honestly think that you very well might experience a physical glow up with this, but that's not the point of this. I think that overall you're going to be experiencing just a lot of good fortune coming in your way once you decide to let go a little bit and realize that everything happens in divine timing. With this moon card here at the bottom of the deck, I think that you're just going to learn to accept that everything is going to change. Like, divine change is inevitable, and you'll realize that everything is okay. You'll have your states of waxing and waning, where things are growing, where things are going away, where things are easier, where things are harder. But, you know, that's just kind of like the ebb and flow of life. It's the ebb and flow of the ocean, which is what the moon, you know, kind of like manipulates. Like, I think that as long as you actually like meditate on what it is that you actually want, then you're going to be able to create whatever it is that you desire. If you actually nurture your own inner world, nurture your own emotions, if you're experiencing burnout and you're not letting yourself feel, or you're not letting yourself ask yourself, you know, why am I doing this? You know, like maybe you're wondering if you even want to be doing this thing anymore, and maybe that's why you need to take a rest. Maybe you need to redirect your focus and realize that once you do that, you're going to be experiencing desires unlike anything that you had imagined happening before. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking coherently right now. You're going to be realizing desires unfolding for you that you didn't even know that you actually wanted, because you actually redirected your focus by, you know, looking inward and asking yourself, am I working towards the things that I want? And if not, then why am I still holding on to this thing from my past that no longer is serving me, that is actually sabotaging me and getting in the way of what it is that is actually going to make the wishes that I have in my life come true? Pile number one, Mugwort. What did they need to hear right now? Pile number one, Mugwort. What does pile number one, Mugwort need to hear right now? Pile number one, Mugwort. What do they need to hear right now? God, sometimes it takes forever for a card to come out, but I really like to actually let cards fall out like that one just did. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Okay, you know what? These cards wanted to come out. I was only going to do two, but it looks like all of these want to come out, so. Thank God, these are actually more than I thought. All right. So we have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Again, I see some new beginnings happening for you, but it's going to require you to do some inner work. I think that you're going to benefit the most from this situation if you actually take a look inward and if you bring love into the situation. I'm seeing that you need to love yourself right now. I see that you are being way too hard on yourself, which is a very earth sign energy thing. With the Page of Pentacles here, that's very earth energy. You might be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I think that you need to love yourself and realize that everything is going to work out okay. Whatever it is that you're trying to create, it'll be okay because you are determined. You're holding your vision. You have a fixed moon over here. I think that if you are working towards something and you are serious about it, it will happen, and that's okay. It's still gaining momentum. It's still growing. It still needs time, and you know, you're still learning. You're still growing things. It's going to be a lot bigger and better than you're expecting with this wish card. Again, like, it's going to be okay. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon over here. You need to realize that everything will be okay, and you don't do yourself any favors when you get stressed out about not being where you are wanting to be in life. Like, if you are afraid that you're behind or you're concerned that you're not at the place that you want to be, that's just a disservice to yourself. Again, that's self-sabotage, because you are, you know, talking down on yourself when that really isn't necessary. Like, you always have time to grow. Just because you see other people around you that are succeeding does not mean that you are not going to succeed as well. Everything works out in divine timing. Everyone has their own path, and as long as you hold your vision, as long as you work towards what you want while balancing the need to take care of yourself, you'll realize that everything that you want to happen is going to happen just fine. Also, the bottom of the deck here, confidence is your key to success. New Moon in Leo. Know your worth. Know that anything in the universe that is meant for you is not going to pass you by. If you've been working towards something for some time, stop being anxious about it not happening and realize that you deserve it and that it is going to happen. I know, like for instance, I'm an actor. I notice that when I enter an audition confidently, I often will, those are the situations where I get a callback. If I go into an audition nervous, then I don't get a callback because they see that I'm nervous, and therefore that looks like I don't know my own worth. I don't know what I can bring to the table. And from the other side of the casting table, they see that and they're like, well, clearly this guy doesn't think he brings anything to the table. And it makes sense as to why they wouldn't want to work with me. If you're confident, people will want to work with you. If you're confident, you will see success coming your way. You just have to have confidence in your own dreams. Pile number 1, Mugwort. Yod, Destiny, Bet, love that for you. Number 1, Mugwort. Grand Trine, Blessings. Ugh, see, literally everything is going to be okay. Alright, one more. I want one more for you guys. Pile number 1, Mugwort. What did they need to hear right now from the universe? Venus, love. Once again, bringing love into the situation, loving yourself, having confidence, knowing that people want to give you good things. You are going to get good things with this Yod, Destiny, and Grand Trine Blessings. Like, the Grand Trine and Blessings with this 9 of Cups right here just confirms to me, whatever wishes you have, the universe is going to give you. And maybe it's not always going to show up quite in the form that you expect, but it's always going to be aligned with your destiny. You are meant to be on this earth for a particular reason, and there is no way that you are not going to serve that purpose, but no matter what that purpose is, you are going to find fulfillment, you are going to find joy, you are going to find love in doing it. And you're going to notice that no matter how it ends up appearing in your life, you're going to be in love with your life no matter what. You're going to be able to look inward and love yourself and love the reality that you've created because you've actually taken the time to step back and realize that everything takes time, everything happens for a reason, and you are worthy. There's another message trying to come out here. I do think that with Venus over here, you might benefit from social settings, obviously safely, but like you might benefit from just like talking to someone, maybe like just like giving yourself a little makeover, like making yourself feel good. I think that those are also things that would benefit you right now. Maybe some listening to some good music, consuming some good art. I think that with Page of Pentacles and Venus over here, you are probably going to be attracting a lot of wealth if you are working on some sort of career or talent. Yeah, I think that's it for the cards. Let's roll the Astro Dice and see if I can get any last clarification on what it is that you guys need to know. Pile 1, Mugwort, what do they need to know? Alright, we've got the Moon, once again. We've got Sagittarius, and we've got the 11th house. What was I talking about? 11th house, friendships. I do think that you would emotionally benefit from surrounding yourself with your close social circles, with your friendships right now. Sagittarius Moon indicates to me that you need to be more optimistic. You need to be easier on yourself. You need to just let things flow. You know, Sagittarius is very go with the flow, and let yourself be free. Let yourself be free from the clutches that you are setting for yourself. Don't set these strict boundaries for yourself that are just kind of making you feel tied down and feel upset, because that's not doing you any favors. If you actually just let yourself be free, let yourself be independent, let yourself be happy, you're going to notice that everything that you want in life is going to flow to you so much easier. Alrighty, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, please give it a big thumbs up. I appreciate you so much for watching. I hope this message I hope this message resonated with you, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye. Alrighty, hello everyone. If you picked pile number 2, the red rose petals pile, then this message is for you. This is what you need to hear right now. Well, the immediate message I'm getting is that if you're not already loving yourself, you need to start. Because once you start letting love into your own heart, whether that be from someone else or from yourself, I'm getting mostly that it's supposed to be coming from yourself, you are going to have a lot of divine inspiration coming in. You're going to want to take a lot more initiative about getting your life together. You're going to be filled with a lot of creative ideas, a lot of spark and drive and ambition that is going to change your life for the better and just make it more livelier, more exciting, more fulfilling of the desires that you're looking to chase after. I think right now, for a lot of you, you actually are kind of getting into alignment with this energy. I think as of lately, you actually have been feeling yourself. You kind of are nurturing your own emotions, listening to your own intuition, and by listening to your own intuition, by listening to your own emotions, it's giving you a lot of ambition to take particular roads, make particular decisions that might not be so easy. I think that with the 8 of Cups over here, you're honestly being asked to walk away from something. I think that's kind of what's coming into your awareness right now with this Ace of Wands, 8 of Cups here, and I think that you're becoming aware of this because you've been actually paying attention to what feels good for you. You're actually taking care of yourself and coming to terms with what makes you feel good and what makes you not feel good. And with this 8 of Cups here, I think that you are being asked to walk away from something, but the reason why you're not kind of feeling motivated to walk away from it is because I think that you do have an attachment to whatever this thing is and the way that it makes you feel. Like, I think maybe part of the reason that you're not walking away from it is that it's comfortable. It does kind of emotionally fulfill you in a way. For a bunch of you, this could be, you know, many different things. It could be a relationship, a friendship, a job, an idea, something like that. But I think what's standing in the way of you having new ideas and new inspiration in your life, whether it's creative ambition or new like belief patterns, ways of thinking, is your inability to accept that something in your life is no longer serving you. And the only way that you're going to have more ambition and feel yourself more and just feel emotionally connected to yourself and begin to get more ideas about the ways that you want to get your life on track, but also just being more honest with yourself, is by walking away. Because right now I do think that you're paying attention to your emotions and intuition, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're being honest with yourself. It doesn't mean that you're being logical or practical. And I think that by walking away, that's the first step of practicality that's going to welcome in and augur new energy that will kind of set you up for success in the long term. I feel like, I mean, we almost have every suit right here with the cups, the wands, the swords. We're only missing pentacles, which is actually at the bottom of the deck over there. We have 8 of pentacles, which I think kind of suggests that by walking away, you're going to become aware that it's going to be kind of a hard, long journey. I think that you have some work ahead of you that is going to require your dedication and your patience, but it's going to be so worth it. And on the inside, I think you know that you've kind of been working towards this thing for quite some time, but you're just not quite ready to admit it to yourself yet. But it's a journey that you have to take. This card in this deck is actually Psyche taking the trip down into the underworld to go save Eros. And she's taking that journey because she actually wants to. She's walking away from the energy of what doesn't serve her anymore and realizing, like, okay, yes, this is actually what I want to create for my life, so I'm going to chase after this no matter the trials and tribulations that come with it. And I think that even though it may be hard, you're going to be so much happier with yourself if you actually know your worth and know what's good for you and know it will actually make you happy instead of what you think makes you happy. And listen to yourself and be honest to yourself and go after that thing, because even if it's going to require your patience and your hard work and, you know, grueling time and effort, I think 5 years down the line, you're going to be really happy that you made the decision that you did. I have no idea if you can see me right now as I reach for those cards, but hi, if you saw me. All right, pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear? Okay, this card wants to jump out. Hestia, home, okay. Pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. Pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear right now? Pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear right now? Thank you for your patience while I pull these cards. I kind of prefer to let the cards fall out, so just bear with me. Pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear right now? Okay. And 2 cards wanted to come out. All right. We have Selene, Intuition, all right, and Prometheus, Sacrifice. Okay, so with Hestia over here, I do think that there is an element of comfort that this thing or this person or this situation brings you. That's kind of why you're emotionally feeling comforted right now. There is a sense of warmth to it. It's familiar. It's kind of bringing you joy, but your intuition is telling you to look in another direction. Instead, you're being asked to look away from the fire, look away from the warmth, look away from what's comfortable, and look towards a future that your intuition is telling you to look towards. Look towards the potential sacrifices that you're being asked to make for yourself or for others that are going to make your life better in the long term. Like, if you think about it, Prometheus brought the fire down from Olympus to humanity so that we can have fires in our home. Are you going to stand in your own way by not making certain sacrifices that could make you feel actually more comfortable and more at home in the long run? I think that's what your intuition is trying to tell you, is that you have better coming your way. There are better things in store for you with this Ace of Swords at the end here. And I think that you're going to logically know that. You probably already logically know that, but I think that you're going to start seeing that, and it's going to come for you very quickly. There's just a lot of truth coming out all of a sudden that you're becoming very aware of with regards to maybe your home life. Oh, it's interesting that this popped out right here, Aries battle. I'll elaborate on that later. Actually, I'll just throw it on there right now. Why not? But I think that you're being asked to make some sort of sacrifice for your home life because not even necessarily your home life, maybe your home life since that message did come out, but just there's something that's making you comfortable right now that you're being asked to walk away from, because you're going to be setting yourself up for better success in the future if you actually listen to your intuition. And it's going to be a battle. I think that you're having a battle against your own intuition. You're fighting against your own intuition. Oh, that's why Aries wanted to come out. You're fighting against it because it's scary, you know, but I also think that that fear is kind of what's preventing you from moving forward. I think that there's a lot of ideas and anxieties in your head that are very quickly manifesting about what could be coming down this road. I think that the reason why you're not actually moving forward on this path is because you see all of these obstacles, all these anxieties, all these fears on the other end of it. But the thing is, you haven't even actually taken the path yet. You haven't even made the sacrifice. You haven't even fought the battle. You're just kind of listening to your own intuition with your own comfort, but staying comfortable. You're not making any movement. And I think that you're being asked to make movement. And if you don't make any movement soon, I honestly think that it's going to happen for you with this Ace of Wands over here. I think that there is going to be a kind of situation in your life that maybe forces that momentum to happen for you, and then it's really not going to be any easier than it is already. So I think if you're honest with yourself, you're actually going to be seeing a lot more, just a lot better things coming to you in your future than what you can see right now. And because you can't see it right now, I can understand why you're hesitant, but you have to just trust the process and be able to trust that path, even though it's dark, and know that there are good things waiting for you on the other side of the tunnel. All right, pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. pile number 2, Rose Petals pile. That card wanted to come up. House. Okay, there's definitely a home issue popping up here. Rose Petals pile, pile number 2. Rose Petals pile, pile number 2. Any other messages that they need to hear right now? Rose Petals pile, pile number 2. Okay, these cards are like refusing to go back into the deck, so I honestly think that these are meant to come out. Alrighty, with home and house over here, I really do think that there is a home issue that's central right now. Honestly, it could be an issue with your mother, maybe that you're having a lot of fights with your mother right now. Maybe you're not necessarily like feeling comfortable in your home, you're feeling like you have to move homes. But either way, I think that there is some sort of issue with like your comfortable life right now. Like, home does not always have to be a physical thing. It can be kind of like the people that make us feel like we're at home. And so I think you're being asked, is there someone that is kind of being deceiving right now? You know, like maybe they're not quite who we think they are. Maybe like they're hidden behind the splendor of like, you know, who we once thought that they were. You know, I mean, like peacocks are kind of like bold and like bright and vibrant. And we can kind of like get distracted by the fact that like, you know, they have all these colorful feathers and like we have this idea or this intuitive notion of like what they're supposed to be, but they kind of have their own agenda. They're going to be doing their own thing. And so I think that you need to do your own thing. I mean, cats are all about self-ownership, you know, like they are always going to be doing their own thing, but they're also always watching. I honestly think that you need to be watching for particular people in your life that are maybe disrupting your own comfort, or you need to be watchful of people that are trying to disrupt you know, your home or whatever it is that like makes you comfortable. I think that there's someone kind of like trying to bring conflict into your life that you really don't need, and I think that like maybe that's where those cat claws come out and you can kind of like defend your space and be like, no, like I don't need this. But I think that cats are also like kind of a fearless animal, and so like if we're going back to the tarot, I think that you are once again being asked to just trust that you can walk this path, this, you know, unknown future, and come out of it on the other side okay. There's Petals pile. Okay, that one wants to come out. Hello. A fiery climax approaches. All right. Rose Petals pile. Okay, this one wants to come out. Nothing is yet set in stone. Actually, I'm going to pull 2 more. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. We're actually about to have a moon in Pisces. Or, well, I'm currently filming this during a moon in Pisces, but the new moon is technically in like 12 hours or so. Right, one more pot. Oh, there we go. Hi, I'm so sorry about that. My ring light fell and broke, and I just had to spend the last hour gluing it back together. I think it's working. I am a little afraid that my camera's gonna fall on my head, but you know what? Maybe I'll hear the crackling of it coming apart before then. Hoping for the best. Please send me your prayers. Anyways, what I was saying is... Oh god, what was I saying? I don't know, I think that you need to be on watch out for people that, you know, might not be who they say they are, or for just in general situations that may not be exactly what they seem. Overall, I'm seeing that you might be attracted to things that, you know, in theory are good and are comforting, but you really need to walk away from them because it's going to open new ideas for you, and it's really just going to like open up yourself to more intuitive honesty that is for your better good. And the thing is, you know, you are good enough. You deserve way better than what people that are going to bring conflict in your life are going to bring to you. And I think that, you know, there is a lot to be considered here, because when we have balanced spirituality and practicality, I think part of the reason why maybe you're afraid of moving towards these things is for practical or emotional reasons. Either like, you know, it's something stable, like maybe there's like money involved and that's keeping you tied to the situation. Maybe it's an emotional thing where it brings you a lot of joy. Whatever the situation is, obviously, you know, you have to balance like, you know, what is logical and practical and make sure that you're looking out for your own best interest. But looking out for your own best interest also includes, you know, being honest with yourself about what is and what isn't serving you anymore. You deserve better. Okay. Pull out some last astrology cards. Get some final information on this before we pull out the Astro dice. Alright, pile 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear right now? Alright. We have Aquarius, I know. Again, with that honesty, what do you know? What do you know that you need to walk away from? What ideas and what passions are calling to you after, you know, you looking out for your own emotions? What makes you happy at the end of the day? Okay. Second house owning. Again, like, I think that you're being a little bit possessive of, you know, the things in life that make you feel comfortable and feel at home, but what is stopping you from walking away? Why are you holding on to things that are bringing conflict and battles into your life? Is it because they're pretty, in theory? Because with nothing as yet set in stone over here and the Eight of Cups, I think that you're afraid to walk down this path because of anxiety, but you don't know how it's going to go. Either way, it's going to come to an end. With a fiery climax approaches and full moon in Aries, I genuinely think that it's probable that whatever situation you're in, it's going to be coming to an end soon, no matter what. The amount of control that you have over the situation and the way that it emotionally impacts you is kind of all up to you, you know? You have to really assess the situation, look inward, listen to your own emotions, and like with home and house over here, like an intuition even, I really do think that there is a large part of introspection that is going to be necessary for you during this time in order for you to figure out what is actually in your best interest. All right, one final card for pile number 2. Pile 2, Rose Petals pile. What do they need to hear right now? Alrighty. Uranus, genius. Okay, yeah, sudden, quick, unexpected change. I really do think that you are going to be needing to change your life sometime soon. If you don't act on it, something else is going to intervene to make that happen. And, you know, it's not probably going to be comfortable, but you know what? It's going to be innovative. It's going to be bringing something fresh and new and exciting into your life that's ultimately in your best interest. It'll be exciting. It'll be eccentric. It'll be fun. But it's going to, like, you know, kind of like shift up your physical reality. And you know what? Change is okay. You know, the more that we're flexible, the more that we kind of go with the flow with things, it's easier. You kind of have to, I think, detach yourself from the situation. Aquarius is kind of all about detachment and like focusing more on the logic of a situation rather than emotions. I think that you need to reasonably take a step back from the situation, say, is this really serving me? Is my intuition actually in alignment and telling me that what I am doing is right? Because if it's not, you need to walk away. Alrighty. Gonna pull out the Astro dice, get some final advice, pieces of information for you. Alright, pile 2, Rose Petals. What do they need to hear? Alright, we've got Saturn, we've got the 6th house, and we've got Cancer. So, oh my gosh, Cancer is literally all about the home life. Okay, for those of you that are in troubling home situations right now, I'm seriously wishing you all the best. I really hope that no matter what your situation is, that you end up like kind of being able to get out of it, or that you're able to heal things within the home, heal things with your family, your children, your mother, whatever it is, or even your father with Saturn over here. I think that the healing will come. it'll come in a way that's unexpected for sure. And like, you know what, maybe this path that you're about to walk down does involve these people. It could, it couldn't, I don't know. You just have to take the action. You have to be willing to be brave to change things up, because you are good enough. You are deserving of a life that does make you happy and comfortable. But what does that look like for you? Because I can guarantee it looks different than what you currently have. And you need to make sure that you're actually getting what you want, making the necessary sacrifices to get what it is that you desire out of life, because this is your life and you deserve to live it as happily as you can. Sixth house is all about, like, you know, our daily, everyday routines. Of course, I just rolled that. Let me find that real quick. Okay, this is the 9, but I'm just going to put it upside down and pretend that it's a 6. Like, the sixth house is all about our daily routines, you know, our work, you know, like this is going to be a situation that demands your attention, that requires hard work. It's going to be something that, you know, is not necessarily the most comfortable. You know, Cancer is a sign that likes to be comfortable. Saturn is a sign that likes to challenge that. It forces you to, you know, go through trouble in life in order to grow, in order to learn lessons. I think that you're learning a lot of lessons about your home life. You're learning a lot of harsh lessons about what it is that you put up with, and, you know, the necessary work that you have to do in order to kind of break tradition of what you've been kind of dealing with and change up your everyday life, change what you're working towards, change, you know, even like maybe your health. Because I honestly wouldn't be surprised if your mental or physical health is being negatively impacted by this situation, because the sixth house is all about health, whether that's like mental, emotional, physical, mostly physical, I'd say. But I think that you do need to maybe like take care of your routines a little bit. I think that maybe like by putting a little bit more attention towards your routines, that's going to help bring some ease to the situation, or maybe that'll be a good way to kind of keep yourself like in alignment with what it is that you desire. I think that like when you're the type of people that when you're busy, you're kind of like thriving. And I think that that's the kind of state of mind that you'll be in when you kind of have these intuitive flashes. Like, I think that you'll be like busy going about your day. When you're busy going about your day, what is it that you're thinking about? Like, when you're not worried about whatever it is that is like having to demand your attention, what do you want out of your life? What is it that's calling to your attention? Those are the things that you need to be working towards, because you deserve to cultivate a life that is happy, that is comfortable. And it's going to require you to walk away from the things that aren't giving you that. Because a lot of the things that aren't giving you that, they're just really not all that they're hyped up to be. You think that there's something, but they're not. There's something completely different. And your intuition is trying to tell you that, and you know that deep on the inside, but you're afraid to make that move because you are resisting that change. And I think that while it's scary, and I definitely empathize with you, you're going to be so happy with yourself if you actually take that leap of faith, decide to walk away from whatever it is that isn't for your highest good anymore, and change your life for the better. Alrighty, wow. I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all the love I can with these rose petals right now. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Alrighty, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the pile with cinnamon, welcome to your tarot reading about what you need to know right now. I think right now, right off the bat, I'm getting the vibes that you are distracting yourself with work so that you don't have to listen to your own intuition and your own emotion. I think that there's a lot happening beneath the surface right now that you're not really willing to address, and so instead you're distracting yourself with material concerns. You're, you know, putting all of your energy towards your work, or maybe you're physically working out, or you're redecorating your home, or things like that. You're keeping your hands busy so that your mind can't get busy. You're focusing your energy on doing physical things so that you don't have to look inward, because right now there's something new popping up into your life that is kind of scaring you right now. You're a little bit afraid of looking inward at yourself and really unpacking what it is that you have going on the inside. I think right now you maybe have a new crush and you're afraid of getting into love, or maybe you are having like a kind of spiritual awakening, and you're kind of like rejecting your own intuition because you don't want things to change, but you're being guided right now to actually make that change, to make an offer to a person, to change something about your life, to actually dive deep into your own emotional world rather than living in the physical all the time. Because I think that you're just using this as a distraction, and for what? You're preventing your own growth. You're preventing even your own happiness, your own joy, your own emotional fulfillment when you avoid your own inner world. Because the thing is, I think that no matter how much you avoid it, this all is still going to exist beneath the surface, and eventually it's going to find a way to express itself without you meaning to. I think that, you know, maybe like you'll accidentally like slip up doing something, and then it's just going to like expose everything that you have going on in the inside. This card here is Persephone. In mythology, she was just randomly kidnapped and like brought to the underworld without really her own consent. And I think that that can be scary when all of a sudden we have all these new ideas or emotions that are kind of bubbling up from within, and we kind of like don't want to address it, but you kind of have to own it. You kind of have to own what's going on the inside, and know that it's not being hidden from you for a reason. When you have particular feelings, they're for a reason, and so you're being asked to act on them. You're being asked to be a little bit selfish right now, especially with the Narcissus card jumping up right here. You are being asked to really actually pay attention to your emotions, because I really think that you're repressing them. I think that you're distracting yourself, and you're being asked to make a move towards what's going to actually make you happy. So I think you have a lot of inner work right now to do. I think you have a lot of inner work that you need to deep dive going into, and this is a general reading, so for anyone watching this could be a million different things. Part of me does think it has to do with your love life, or just your general like kind of like emotional fulfillment with these cups cards coming up over here. I think it is something spiritual or something emotional rather than something physical like your career. I think you're more using the material world like your career to distract yourself from how you're actually feeling. But the thing is, emotional repression doesn't help us. In fact, like the more we repress things, the more it's just gonna, like I said earlier, show up. So I think that you're really being encouraged right now to take a moment to look inward. I think right now, journaling would be very beneficial for you. Maybe listening to some music that gets you feeling a particular type of way. Or, you know, expressing yourself through art. With cups here, I think that like art is something that would be beneficial to you right now. Because you're being asked to not only acknowledge these new ideas that are like kind of coming in, but then to like take action upon them. You're being asked to make some sort of action or effort or offer in order to change your life, in order to pursue your own happiness. Gonna grab some oracle cards now to see if we can get any further clarification on what you have going on here. I know that this has been very vague so far, so hopefully we can get some clarification. Okay, we have Odysseus, the journey. All right, and we have Selene, intuition. All right, what was I saying earlier? Yeah, I think I know exactly what's going on here. You've been hurt before. You really don't like to address your own emotions because processing them is scary, and acknowledging that you are actually going through something that is kind of shitty is not fun, because you've been through terrible times before. You've been through it all. You've had to deal with lots of trials and tribulations in your life that have taken you on really high highs and really low lows, and you're not really interested in getting tangled up in that. I think that's why you're kind of avoiding, you know, maybe making an offer to this person. I think for some of you, this could be a new crush that you have that you are not making any movement towards because you're afraid of getting wrapped up in that journey. You're like, what if I get hurt? What if something bad happens? You need to listen to your own intuition, because the thing is, even if something bad happens, you'll at least have grown from it. You don't grow when you stay stagnant in this energy where you're just kind of keeping yourself busy. Keeping yourself busy doesn't necessarily always equate growth. I mean, like, obviously you're doing things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's always productive. Two of Pentacles can be a productive card, but I honestly think in this reading, you're juggling a lot on the inside. You're juggling a lot on the inside, and it's showing up in the way that you're juggling a lot in your material world. And I think that you're going to benefit a lot from actually being willing to go on this journey. crossing that threshold into the unknown and realizing that, you know what, my intuition will never lead me astray. As long as I listen to my own desires and listen to my own wants, then I'm gonna be okay. If there is something that you want to do, or if there is someone that you want to pursue, why not? If they say yes, then great. If they say no, perfect. You can keep resuming on in your life and it's whatever. We don't grow when we stay stagnant. You have to kind of be brave. I think that, you know, right now you're feeling a little bit hurt from before and you're feeling a little bit intimidated by what a new journey could bring for you. But I really do think that it'll bring beautiful things if you just trust yourself, trust your own intuition, trust that you're not going to lead yourself astray, or I also think that you need to just have hope that things will be awesome. I think that right now you're looking at things from a very pessimistic mindset. You're seeing the fire, you're seeing the darkness, but you're not seeing all of the good that lies on the surface. You're not seeing all of the good that lies around you. I mean, like, look at these cards. Like, he's looking into, like, a cup right here. He's marching on forward on his horse, but there are all these beautiful trees and this river, and she is, you know, descending into the underworld, leaving this beautiful world behind her. I think that there's a lot of beauty that you're missing out on because you are not letting yourself experience that. You're not letting yourself open up your own heart to love. You're not even opening it up to yourself. You're refusing to admit that it could even be possible for you, or that you're deserving of it, or that you should even get entangled up in that, because you probably have been on a grind right as of recent where you feel like you have been proud of yourself, of the work you've been doing, but I think it's time to open up. It's time to be brave and time to let people in again. Time to let people into your inner world, because I think that you're going to find that there actually is tremendous value in that. And there is, because there is so much to be said for the bravery of being vulnerable with a person. I think that you're going to notice that all of your relationships are going to elevate. You are going to elevate. You are going to be feeling so much more powerful and content and just happy with your life in general, because you actually let yourself succumb to the good things that were happening around you, because you're no longer afraid that they're just going to suddenly get ripped away from you. You're no longer afraid of the journey and all the bad things that could happen, because you're realizing that just because bad things happened in the past doesn't mean that bad things are going to happen in the future. You need to look towards the future and look towards potential, not towards the potential of things going wrong, but the potential that things could go right. You know, ask yourself, what if everything goes perfectly okay? You know, one day this was like one of the biggest realizations that I ever had in my life, but I was sitting on a bus and I was worried about my friend's music video that I was shooting, and I was like, oh my God, like, what if, like, this all goes terribly wrong and blah, 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 blah. And then I thought to myself, but what if it doesn't? I'm just wasting time worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. If it hasn't happened yet, and you have no reason to believe that anything could go wrong, why not just believe that it'll go right? That's a way better optimistic mindset to be living in. And I think that you need to start adopting that mindset into your life. You need to realize that just because shitty things have happened in the past, and you know probably will happen in the future, that doesn't mean that you can't take risks. That doesn't mean that you can't be open and vulnerable. You need to be willing to open your heart up to new experiences, because that is how you will grow, and that is how you will find happiness. Okay, this random card did just fall out. Okay, Aries keeps on wanting to come out. This actually happened before I accidentally dropped this Aries card, and I think that it's just like a random pattern, but if we're gonna randomly throw him into this reading too, you can conquer this conflict. If you're viewing this as an issue of like vulnerability versus like staying protected, I think that you will find a lot of, oh, look at him, he's literally guarding his heart. He literally is covering his heart with his fist and his sword. You are not willing to open up to people, but I promise you, there is so much value in actually doing that. You will feel supported. You will feel loved. You will feel abundant. You will feel happy. And you deserve all of those things. Because when we actually allow ourselves to experience good things by assuming the best or hoping for the best, rather than just expecting bad things to happen, then that's when we will experience them. Because if you expect bad things to happen, then those are the things you're going to see. And you're going to be like, oh, right, like, this is why I didn't do this. That's why I shouldn't have opened up my heart again. No, that's not true, because even if something bad happens, you still learned something from it. You still grew from it. You still experienced that journey, and now you're a better person, ready to, you know, receive the next like kind of journey that's going to be going on in your life, and you're going to be a better person for it because you are more equipped. You are more prepared to be dealing with this situation. So you need to, you know, just cross that threshold. You need to be willing to just take that risk, take that leap of faith, and know that even if something is unknown, that doesn't mean it has to be scary. It can be so beautiful and it can be so good. You need to have courage. Alrighty. What does pile 3 cinnamon need to hear? Pile 3 cinnamon. Creature's paw. This reminds me of like someone that is like extending an offer to you, or maybe you're extending an offer to a person. I think that you need to be willing to take people's hand if they're willing to help you. You need to be willing to ask for help. You need to realize that like not every creature or person out there is out to get you. Some are actually very soft, some are very sweet, some are very gentle, some are very strong and supportive and uplifting. And if you surround yourself in that energy, you are naturally going to raise as a person, because you're going to not only like open yourself up more to trust, but then you're going to begin to match their energy. When you surround yourself with confident, awesome people, you become a confident, awesome person, because you begin to adopt that same energy. Okay, pile number 3, cinnamon. What do they need to hear right now? Pile 3, cinnamon. Alright. Your praying mantis. This is about you having wit, having fun, letting yourself, you know, like manipulate the situation and just be like, oh, I can actually make this whatever I want it to be, and I don't have to be afraid all the time. Boar just makes me think, it kind of associates me with Aries. Like, I think that you're afraid of this like horrible situation where you are going to be absolutely screwed, but you have strength that shows up in other ways. You know, maybe like you don't feel as emotionally strong because of situations in the past, but you know what? Because of that, you have your heart up a little bit, and maybe that will have you be a little bit guarded at first, and maybe that's a good thing. You know, we don't want to just like let our heart go like willy-nilly, but I think if anything, that'll just like cause this person to have to, you know, pursue you a little bit more. It's going to make you feel wanted, or maybe it's going to just like show who is worth keeping around, who is in your corner, who would fight for you, because you're actually being patient with the situation. You're willing to, you know, just prey on like, you know, better things in your future. All right. White dress. This kind of talks about appearances, society, things like that. I'm kind of curious if maybe this is indicating that the reason why you're afraid to, you know, like address this inner part of yourself is if it goes against expectations that you or other people around you have set for you. Maybe you're interested in pursuing a romantic relationship that is not normally socially conventional or acceptable, or maybe it is not like a situation that you think your friends would approve of. I think that you're very concerned about the opinions of others, when really the opinion that you need to take into consideration most is your own. I'm gonna grab some moon cards to get some additional clarification on the situation. What does pile 3 cinnamon need to hear right now? Right, that one wants to come up. Adjustments are required. That is correct. Alright, those want to come out, I guess. Actually, that was a bundle from a group that went earlier, so I'm just gonna... The answers you need are coming. Hi, so sorry about that. My ring light fell and broke, and actually this is the second time that it has happened during this video, so hopefully that is the last time. Please pray for me. But yeah, so basically, as I was saying, adjustments are required, which is basically trying to say, you need to move on from your past. You need to let go and be willing to be vulnerable. Maybe like not completely move on, like accept that like, yes, this did happen to you and like it's okay to like, you know, have baggage from that, but that's why you have to work through your fears and that's why you need to communicate. I think that the way that you're going to set yourself up for success in future relationships and future happy endeavors is by communicating what has hurt you in the past. Communicating how you got to where you are now, communicating what journeys you've been on before, what fears you have, so that way whatever partners, whatever people end up coming into your life can help work through that with you. Because, I mean, like, Gemini is all about partnerships, it's all about duality, and I think that if you're trying to, like, create a successful relationship, communication has always, number one, like, been the biggest thing that people need to work on with relationships. You know, that's how relationships thrive, is through communication and honesty. And I think that as long as you're honest about your past, you don't have to worry about future relationships hurting you. And if that's what's holding you back, then just be honest. Be very completely transparent and clear that, listen, this is what I've been through before. I don't want to go through it again. Let's just make sure that we agree on these things. And you know what, maybe you can bring up your fears, they can bring up theirs, and then the two of you work on them together. And then when you address them, everything will be beautiful. Everything will work out perfectly okay. You'll get the answers that you'll need. You'll find a sense of completion and you'll be able to move on into bigger and better things that are beautiful and meant for you. Also, cinnamon represents like good luck and prosperity, so if you're afraid, that you picked the right herb because you're setting yourself up for success. All right, let's get any clarification on what this pile needs to hear. Pile number 3, cinnamon. What astrological advice can I give them? All right, this wants to come out. 3rd house messages. Okay, once again, communication. That's gonna be big for you. Pile number 3, cinnamon. What does cinnamon need to hear right now? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? I'm dead at cinnamon needing to hear something right now. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Alright, that card came flying out. Void of course, moon, missing. Nothing is going to happen. Like, nothing bad is going to happen as much as you think it is. Like, so the void of course moon in astrology represents a time where the moon makes its final aspect to a planet before moving into a new sign. I think this is telling you that you've done the work, you've gone through what you need to go through, you can be willing to just like relax and let things go and then move forward. You don't have to be worried about bad things happen. Like nothing is going to happen. So, and like I shouldn't say like nothing, it's not like nothing eventful will ever happen for the rest of your life, but for right now, things are good. Just like have faith and like ease up a little bit, relax. Everything is going to be okay. I think maybe with 3rd house here, messages and Page of Cups, there actually probably is someone flirting with you right now, or you are looking to flirt with a person, or you're being encouraged to text someone. And okay, 2 actually came out. Leo, I will. And the sun, spirit, okay, the Leo and the sun are actually going hand in hand. Be bold, be confident, be you. Go after what you want and know that you are worthy of whatever it is that you desire. Know that, you know, you are light and you, I sound so like stereotypically cringy right now and like just like overly spiritual, but like you are light. You do like shine and you deserve to, you know, bask in your own greatness. You deserve to be respected, you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to be able to feel love. Leo is literally all about the heart and the spine. So, you know, be willing to let people into your heart, but also be willing to stand up for yourself. Have courage, have faith, have love. You know, you've got this. You're going to live a beautiful, vibrant, creative, romantic life if you just let yourself. And I think that you won't regret it, you know? Be determined. Say, I will create the reality that I desire. All right, pile 3, cinnamon. What do they need to hear? All right, we have the 6th house. We have Venus, all right, and we have Scorpio. Okay, so for some of you, you might be attracted to a coworker. Venus in the 6th house talks about, like, crushes on our coworkers, loving our work life. So once again, I'm seeing that Two of Pentacles energy jumping out. Like, I think, like, you probably are keeping yourself busy with work right now, and maybe that was a form of repression, and maybe it is just also because you had a lot going on in your work life to the point where you weren't really focusing on love. Maybe the reason why you weren't focused on it is because you genuinely just had a lot going on, and you know what? That's fine. But you know what? You need to be ready to share energy again. Scorpio is all about the merging of energies, our shared resources, our shared time, our shared money, our shared love, our shared intimacy. You need to open yourself up to intimacy and, integrate that into your routine, like, be willing to, like, open up and, like, be vulnerable to that, like, dark, deep side of you that is scary. Like, Scorpio is all about, like, our innermost world, our innermost secrets, and that's kind of what the High Priestess is about too. Scorpio intuition is unmatched. Scorpio, like, inner energy is, like, it's very, very deep. And so I think you need to be willing to love that part of yourself, love that it's there, and let other people come in because they want to give you love and you deserve to feel that love. Alrighty, that's all I'm seeing for you today. I think also one thing I will say, your coworkers admire you. You're just, like, overall generally admired in the workplace. But alright, that's all I have to say right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this, reading helped you in any way or resonated. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Alrighty, pile number 4. For those of you that picked the Lavender pile, this reading is for you about what you need to hear right now. First of all, I want to say that for those of you that picked the Lavender pile, you won. You really won, because there's a lot of beautiful energy surrounding you right now, and I'm super excited to get into it. I want to start by actually pointing out this Ace of Pentacles, because if you're watching this video around the time that I uploaded it, then it's possible that you're going to be in the lucky batch of people that get their stimmies this weekend or just very, very soon, because the Ace of Pentacles does talk about new money coming in. So I do think that that could be coming your way, so be on the lookout for that. Overall, I do see a new job offer coming in for you, or new money coming in that is going to ultimately give you the tools that you need in order to achieve a lot of public recognition and success. I see you standing in glory. I see you being very proud and victorious and being able to cultivate new opportunities from that while also being, like, a master manifester to begin with. Right now, you are dripping in success. You are dripping in abundance. You are dripping in fertility. You are dripping in just whatever it is that you want to make. You have it all. You have all of the tools that you need to bring yourself long-term stability. And this doesn't necessarily have to be about a career thing. This could be about a long-term relationship. Whenever we're using Pentacle cards, we're always talking about something long-term and stable and earthy. And so I think that you are building something that is going to last for a very, very long time. And it's going to be something that brings you a lot of joy, something that you have the power to create whatever it is that you want. And I do think that it is worth pointing out that you have all the tools that you need for success, but you are going to be working on this for quite some time. This is going to be needing your constant kind of, like, nurturing, your constant kind of just, like, attention, like, I see you being quite busy as a result of this, but it's not going to go without recognition. Like, you, again, like with the Six of Wands, like, you are going to be noticed for this. And I think that you are attracting the kind of abundance that will allow, like, for some rest time in the future, but know that I think that you are going to, have your hands busy for a little bit. I do see that you are going to be on your grind, on your shit, and it's honestly going to be glorious. I see you kind of thriving. Like, I don't want you to feel like you're necessarily going to be overworked, because I will say that I do see you working quite a bit, but I do think that it's going to be producing beautiful results that not only you are proud of, but everyone in your circle and everyone around you is incredibly proud of. So great job to you all. Like, I'm honestly so proud of you. And we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You are literally going to just like sit there with your riches, with your glory, with your success of whatever it is that you are trying to build right now. And you are going to just be able to thrive. You're literally going to sit there comfortably and be like, yeah, I did that. And I achieved everything that I wanted because I knew what I had to do in order to get it, and you worked towards it. It's not just a matter of having the tools, it's you actually, doing what you need to do in order to make it happen, because manifestation isn't just about sending a wish out into the universe and hoping for the best. It does require your attention and your hard work, but I see that you're putting in that hard work. I see that if this is a new job offer opportunity coming in for you, that you are going to be recognized for it, but that also, like, it is going to be quite demanding of you. So, just be on the lookout for that. I do see you being quite busy for quite some time, but it's gonna be worth it, I promise. I think that you're gonna be very happy as a result of this. Let's see what oracle cards we have coming out here for pile 4, Lavender. Lavender pile. What do they need to hear right now? All right, this card wants to come out. Uranus, the father. Interesting. Okay. Oh my god, sorry. These cards are getting all messed up. Alrighty. Pile 4, Lavender. What do they need to hear right now? Show me what pile 4, Lavender pile, needs to hear right now. What do they need to hear right now? What do they need to hear right now? Aries, battle. Okay, this card has been popping up in a lot of piles that I've been doing so far, so I wonder why there's just kind of this like tense energy in the air. I'm guessing it's just because Mars is in Gemini, so we're all feeling a little bit restless at the moment. But with battle over here and 6 of Wands, I do think that if right now you're competing for a certain position at a business or at your job, I do see you winning that battle. I also do think that because you're going to be in such public recognition, there are going to be people that are kind of looking at you and not having the best intentions. They will probably be a bit jealous, and in fact also because you're going to be so successful, you're also going to be attracting a lot of competitors. I think that you're leveling up, and as a result you are going to be suddenly in the same kind of category as a bunch of other people that are now at your level that are competing to get more. But I mean, with the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I truly do think you have nothing to be worried about. I think that you're going to be fine, and you just have to do you, because right now you're golden. Like, whatever energy that you're sitting in right now, know that you're doing everything as you should be, or soon you will get ideas about what you should be doing, and just follow that instinct, because right now, like, you are at like a very peak powerful phase. With Uranus the father over here, I think that you're creating stronger boundaries for yourself. You know what your worth is, you know what you contribute, and you know what you deserve. And I think that you also know what it means in order to like have success and what it requires out of you. I think that you're kind of like imposing more harsh boundaries and more harsh limitations on yourself, because you're like, no, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna require rigidity, it's gonna require a little bit restrictions, a little bit of just like hard work and discipline. And that's very like fatherly energy. It's very Saturn. I wonder if the Saturn card is going to pop out later. I will literally scream if it does. But I do think that you're being a bit harder on yourself right now, because you realize that you are leveling up, and as a result you are like being a bit, you're having higher standards for yourself, and that's causing you to like attract this success. I do think that you are being encouraged to work very hard right now, because you have such potential. Alright, let's see what additional oracle cards are trying to come out for you. Also, if you're having a fight with your dad, that I see getting resolved at some point as well. But I really hope that none of you are fighting with your dad. Alright. We have mushroom, okay. Alright, this card wants to come out, apparently. White dress, okay, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Let's get one more. All right, the cards are just flowing for this pile, so this is great. Okay, this is actually really interesting energy because I feel like it contrasts very hard with what I was just saying with regards to grandeur. So mushrooms talk about things that are like quiet or hidden, something that kind of like, like we can't really see. And teacups talk about like little like tiny like just like measly things in life. And so I think that maybe this is an offer that you're actually going to receive on the down low, or maybe this is like attention that you're getting that is not going to be like so public and like well known, but you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it within you, and like that's going to give you the ability to like relax and just like treat yourself and enjoy yourself a little bit. Because with white dress here, white dress does talk about appearances and society, also gender. So I do think that right now, like, you are standing out a lot in society. I think that people might be commenting on the way you dress. I think that you've had a physical glow up, but overall, I think that you are becoming very noticed in your social circles by people that you work with, by your friends, your family. They are noticing that you are elevating. And I see it all being like very good attention, but obviously like not everyone likes that attention. I do think what the mushrooms in the teacup is telling you is that you will need to kind of like take time for yourself to be like withdrawn from everything going on. I think that you're going to benefit a lot from just keeping to yourself a little bit, having your own private time, because I do see you working very hard. And when you're not working hard, it's going to be people talking about like, oh my God, you're like doing so amazing. And like all of a sudden you're going to find that your life is just about work, and you're going to be fighting for moments of silence, of rest. And I do think that you need to hold tightly to those moments, but don't lose that discipline, like don't all of a sudden make it all about self-care, because then like, okay, yes, self-care is important, but the second like we begin to feel really good about ourselves, and then all of a sudden we begin to just like indulge all the time and kind of like let loose a little bit, that's when we begin to like, our competitors begin to win. I think that you need to be a little bit on edge and a little bit aggressive, to be honest, in order to hold on to the success that you're trying to manifest, because right now you have all the tools, you just have to continue to use them every day. Let's get some moon cards out here. Pile number 4, Lavender. What does the pile 4 need to hear? It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay, we're actually going to have a new moon in Aries next month, so this could be an indication that all of this stuff will be happening to you around the time of the new moon in Aries. Let's get some more information. Come on. The answers you need are coming. Okay, yeah, so like that's just confirmation. If you are getting this pile but you're not seeing this kind of immediate success, just know that like it will be coming at some point. Oops. You and your loved ones are safe, so if you are having a fight with your dad, like I mentioned earlier, y'all are gonna be okay. It'll all be okay. I know that like things might be hard right now, but everything truly will work out. And overall, I see you just like standing in your power and your energy. I actually think that the reason why you and your loved ones are safe right now is popping up in this pile is because you might be, in fact, attracting such abundance that you might be able to help your family out. Maybe your family has been in like a tough position lately, or they're going to be, and you're finally going to be in a position where you can give back to them after all they've given you. So I do see you helping out your family a little bit, and it's going to be because you are in a comfortable position enough to do so. All right, let's get one more card, this one. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, so don't hoard your wealth. Don't be Jeff Bezos. Definitely, like, like it feels good to give, and like I think that you are being called to, share like the joy and the prosperity. Like if there were certain like tools that you use to get to the success that you have, be willing to share that knowledge, like help raise other people up, like be willing to redistribute your resources, whether it's like your time or your energy or your money. Like maybe some people are going to be asking you like, hey, how are you doing so great? Can we talk about this? Be willing to help them out, like we all do better as a society when we all collectively help each other. And I think that because you are going to be doing so great, you need to be willing to give back to the people who helped get you up there, and you need to be willing to help lift people that also need it, because you were once in their same position. So be willing to give back to people because it will continue to pay you back in the long run. And like, don't just act out of like goodness because you think it'll like provide you with good karma. Like, you know, I think that you need to act out of the actual goodness of your heart, not just because you think it'll benefit you. All right, pile number 4, Lavender. Any final messages from astrology? Let's see. Pile number 4, Lavender. Hi, so sorry about that. My camera died, so I had to just like charge the battery real quick. But yeah, with this Sun card here, I really see you being the center of attention. I see you being more confident and bold than ever. I really think that you are just radiating confidence and light, and you are just shining right now. You are doing absolutely everything that you're supposed to be doing, and like you are just like giving more life to yourself, breathing better things in to your own existence, if that makes sense, because the sun is the creator of life. Aries, I am. You are going after what it is that you want. You are very content with everything that you are building around you. And solar eclipse revolution, we got a 4-4 here. I think that you are building towards victory. You're going to notice sudden, rapid change in your life. And you know what? Maybe it is going to be something that's like a little bit like scary at first. I do think that you're going to ultimately feel supported, like how I have this spread laid out, by, you know, taking time to have ease and rest and peace of mind, by like remaining a little bit quiet and hidden and out of sight. I think that with this red energy, like you are just lively and like living your best life. Like you, whatever it is that you're doing right now, you are doing the right thing. You need to keep moving in this direction because what you're doing right now is beautiful and amazing, and you are completely supported by the universe. And if you're not seeing immediate like change in your life, do not worry, like your time will come. Maybe it'll be coming around like the new moon in Aries. But I do see, like, look at that, like all new moons across the top aside from full moon in Gemini. So many new beginnings, so many new opportunities. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm going to pull out the Astro Dice. Oh, they're over there. One moment. To get some final clarification on what this reading can give to you about what you need to hear right now. Cancer, the 6th house, and the sun. Oh my god, it's so funny that we have the sun jumping out again. Alright, the 6th house does talk about work, so yeah, I do think that there are some big career opportunities coming your way. Something that's going to keep you busy, something that's long-term and stable, something that is like not, I mean, like it's interesting that it's not the 10th house jumping out because a lot of all these other cards seem very 10th housey, with it being with regards to your public recognition and success and your reputation. But I think that this is here to remind you that work is work. Like this is something that you're going to have to nurture every day. So yes, bask in that success, but know that you are going to have to discipline yourself and work hard to hold on to this, you know, abundance that you have received. I do think that you're going to have a comfortable life because of it. I think that there are new, brighter beginnings happening for you that are going to result in you being able to be way more comfortable. You and your family are going to be more comfortable. Like with Cancer coming out again, new moon in Cancer, I think that you are going to just be so content. It's going to maybe give you the ability to, you know, just like really feel emotionally fulfilled. And I think that you're going to be, with the 6th house, willing to give back to other people that have helped you, you know, rise up, or, you know, even willing to help people that you're just wanting to help out of the kindness of your heart. I see that you're kind people with the Cancer sun there. You want to help and you deserve all of the good things that are happening for you because you have worked so hard and you are kind, amazing people, and just keep doing what you're doing because you are golden. You are shining, and I'm so, so, so proud of you. Alrighty, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep doing you. You are doing amazing. If you liked this video or if it resonated, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.